Hi y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Tonight I'm going to be making a soup, just a lazy busy day soup, whichever one you want to call it, lazy soup, busy day soup, whatever. Normally I would put this in the crock pot, but we were out earlier today, and by the time we got home I thought, well, I'm just going to do it on top of the stove. But I will tell you how to do it in the crock pot too, basically the same way. All right, I also want to show y'all my shirt here. See, it says Let It Snow, but down here it says somewhere else. I'm not a fan of snow. You know, I grew up down in Tennessee and Mississippi, and we did not get much snow at all. So when I moved to St. Louis after I got married, we lived there for a little bit, and they had a lot of snow, and I was not a fan of it. And I will not drive in it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. So let me bring you down. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you as a subscriber. All right. So here's the pot. I'm going to get started. I do need like a measuring cup or something.
Liquid or?
Yes, here's one. Okay. Get that down. I forgot about it. Okay. I forgot all about that. All right. So first thing I have, and I'm making kind of a double batch, is see if I put you there. Maybe you can see me too. And it's ground chuck. So I have 2 pounds of the ground chuck. Remember to always wash all of your stuff off that comes from the store. Always wash it off. Because all the packages, and you don't know who else touched it. All right. And as I told y'all before, I like to keep a bag close by, so I'm putting my trash in it as I go to make it, you know, faster instead of going back and forth to the trash can. As you can tell, I'm not home. I'm at my one daughter Savannah's house. Okay, let me wash my hand off because I touched that meat. All right. So let me figure this out here. There we go.
Simon, come here.
So I'm just going to cook this ground beef, and you know, I want it kind of, oh, that burner didn't come on. Just a second. There we go. I thought I smelled gas.
Where are these?
I like my meat kind of chunky when I do soups and different things like that. Now, if I was doing taco meat, you know, for tacos, I'd want it chopped up as fine as I would be able to get it. All right, so while this is cooking, I'm going to get some hot water in here.
We can hang these up. Okay. Let's see. So these.
We have one crying. All right. So I'll be back in a minute. All right, y'all. I'm back. Had to stop for a minute. You know, kids, sometimes they fight. And that's just normal and part of life, isn't it? So I stopped a little bit till the crying stopped. All right, so now I have in here my 4 cups of water. And I'm going to get over here so you can see me, and let me back you up a little so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay. Now, to this 4 cups of hot water, I would normally use the beef better than bouillon, but we don't have that. She didn't have any here. So we're using the seasoned vegetable base. She did have that. And she has some turkey, which I told her I could use turkey too. But to this, we want to use about, I'm going to say about a tablespoon So these look like little teaspoons, so I'm going to use about 3 of them. Kind of heaping ones, okay? I think I may have just a tad more. That's all that wasn't coming out. And you know, you could use more, you could use less, you could just use some regular beef broth. It's all about your taste, you know, as always. We want to let that sit a while so it dissolves really good. All right, then I want to add about 1 teaspoon of the smoky chipotle. Now, again, that is all up to you and your preference. This whole soup is your preference. I'm just telling you how I do it, and you can adjust it to your taste. Because we all have different tastes. If it wasn't for children, I would probably use more of the smoky chipotle, but I don't want it to be hot. I just want to have a nice, good flavor. All right, you put these over in the dishwater. Right, and I am going to finish cooking this meat, and I will bring you back when it's finished. All right. You know, while this is cooking, I thought maybe I would tell you how I would do it in a crock pot. I would just do everything basically the same way, except in the crock pot, and there are other steps along the way I'll tell you as we go. But, so anyway, you know, cook your ground beef, and of course you would drain it after you brown it, which we will do this, we will drain it, and put in your crock pot and add everything that we're going to add, and then you would cook it, and I'm telling you this in case I forget, I would cook it on low for 4 or 5 hours, or on high for 2 to 2.5, 3 hours, you know, something like that. It's like you know, now it's the Christmas season and we are busy, people are busy, I'm sure you're busy, and I don't like seeing just half my head, so I'm turning you up. But we're all busy right now, a lot of people are, and you know, like I said, we did ours mainly at Thanksgiving, so I'm not really that busy now. But this would be something good to throw on in the morning. You know, and of course you could cook it on low and leave it all day long. I mean, it could cook even longer, you know, instead of just those 5 hours. And you could put it on in the morning, put it on low, and just let it simmer all day. And as far as how much liquid, well, that's up to you how much liquid you like in your soup. You know, I know when you put in a crock pot, you usually wouldn't put as much liquid as you normally. They always say maybe cut it in half, but I don't know. It always depends on what I'm cooking on how much I cut it by. But it's up to you. If you like lots of liquid in your soup, then you would, you know, use more liquid. If you like it kind of thicker, you would use less. Now, where I was from, if it was thick, we would call it a stew. And if it was, you know, soupy, water, you know, not watery, but a lot of liquid, then we usually would call that a soup. So, I don't know. What do you call it? I know Rachel Ray would do what was in between. I watched, you know, her cooking shows in the past, and she would make what she would call a stew that was in between. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add some garlic, fresh garlic to this to cook along with that. Since I have it, it's about halfway cooked. If you cook garlic too long, it can get bitter. And that's about halfway through, so I'm going to put, okay, 2 or 3, so we're going to say about a tablespoon of garlic in there. All right. No, I need that spoon to start this spoon here, but I need it because every so often I need to stir this just to make sure it is dissolving. All right, right, well, I'll bring you back when this is finished, after it's finished cooking and I drain it. All right, so now I'm going to bring it down and show you what I am going to do here. I may have to lower you a little. Let me hold on just a moment. All right, now remember I told you I am doing a double. Let me turn this back on here on this. I've got it on a different burner now. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add this broth. I see how all that didn't dissolve. It takes a while. There we go. All right, now like I said, I'm doing double. So I am going to use 2 of these 29-ounce cans of the large cut vegetables. Now in this you have celery, onions, potatoes, and I said potatoes, I mean potatoes. Celery, onions, potatoes, carrots, and peas. All right. Oh, that pan's a little bit hot. I'll get this lid off. All right. I'm going to dump that one in. Dump this one in. And again, any vegetables, any brands, whatever you desire. A can of corn. And do not drain any of these. Remember, wash all your cans. Can of green beans. 2 cans of the diced tomatoes and green chilies, you know. Most people just call it rotel. So you want 2 of those 10-ounce cans, the green bean corn. They were 14.5 ounces each. Do y'all remember when they used to come in 16-ounce cans? Then they lowered it to 15, then they lowered it to 14.5, and the price did not get cheaper. In fact, it went up. Okay, give this a stir. And to this, we are going to add some tomato or some, what do you call this? Spaghetti sauce. Okay, I don't think this pot is as big as I wanted it to be. Thinking the pot was bigger than it is, so I did not get all this in. As it cooks down, I may be able to get more of it in, so I'll keep a check on it. All right, now I want to add some black pepper. Just sprinkle it in. I want to add some more. I want to add garlic powder. I know I put regular garlic. Just a little bit more garlic powder. You know me, I never think you're going to have enough. And a little bit of onion powder. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to stir this very gently. In fact, I'm thinking I may move it to the back. When there are kids around, I do not like pots close to the front. It just scares me. So I am going to move this to the back and let it simmer. I will put a lid on it and let it simmer for a while. And I'll check it in a little while, see if it needs more tomato sauce. So I'm going to let it simmer for about 30 minutes to begin with. And again, you would do all of this, putting it in the crock pot. You would just dump it all in and turn it on. But I'm going to let it simmer for about 30 minutes. And go from there. All right, and I normally add some macaroni noodles to it also, some elbow macaroni. And if you're making it by a crock pot, what you would do, I would cook them first and then just drain them and add them to it. Or you could put them in about, if it's on high, about 30, 45 minutes before it's finished. or if it's on low, probably about an hour and a half before it's finished, all right? Okay, I'll be back in a little bit. You know, I forgot to tell you, I said bring it to a simmer, but actually, since I am cooking on here, I'm going to bring it to just a tiny bit of a boil to where it just starts to boil. Then I will lower it down to simmer. I forgot to tell you that. And something else that I forgot to tell you, you don't have to use, like I said again, it's all your flavors you want. You don't have to, like I said, use spaghetti sauce. You could just use a can of tomato sauce, you know, or some tomato paste and a little water. So totally your preference. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. All right, y'all, I'm back and I'm going to bring you down over here. And here I have, I don't know, it's about 3/4 cup, maybe a cup of macaroni noodles. And I'm going to stick those in there and stir it around. Have to be careful because of how much liquid I have. And then we want to cook it probably about another 10, 15 minutes. Okay, let me lower the heat down just a little bit more there. The lid off, it's trying to bubble up on me. Okay. You want your noodles to be done. And then you can just put it on low. Just put it on if you have a warmer button, warmer burner on your stove. You can set them there and just, you know, you can leave it there all day, all evening long as people come in and out. Maybe during the Christmas season, you can make this. Let me turn you around and talk to you a minute. If you're going like to have people just coming in and out, you can put that in. And if you don't want to do a crock pot and put it in the stove, just put it on the lowest, you know, number on your stove as far down as it'll go, and just let it just keep warm. Or I know on my stove I have a warmer burner, and I need to turn that down a little bit more. But anyway, I have a warmer burner, and so that's what I can do when I make soup. All right, so I will bring you back later when it's, you know, we're getting ready to eat or we're eating or some point. I will bring you back, all right? All right, y'all, I'm back and the soup is finished. I am going to bring you down and let you look at that. If my tripod doesn't fall, these little legs here lately want to follow me all the time. Okay. So you see all of that? See how good that looks? And it just really smells real good too. So we will see if we can get anyone to, besides myself, to give us a taste test in a little bit. All right. Okay, we're just waiting on my son-in-law to get home from work, and then we will eat. So I will be back in a little bit.
Take a bite.
Simon, do you like that? Yes or no?
Yes.
Good, I'm glad. Arlo, are you going to take a bite? Are you going to take a bite, Arlo?
Maybe ask you a question, you're being disrespectful.
No.
Oh, you didn't get anything on that one. There you go.
Do you like the soup? Is it good? Yeah. All right, y'all. So Simon likes it. Arlo's not going to take a bite, but lots of times he's like Mikey. He doesn't like to eat anything. And I tasted it. It tastes good to me. We are eating it with crackers tonight. Normally I would make cornbread, but Savannah's oven is out right here at Christmas time. And so y'all pray as they get it fixed for her really soon. She's wanting to make all of her Christmas cookies and everything, and she can't. So I know I'd be bummed out if I couldn't make them. But they're supposed to have part, I think by the end of the week, And so I told her, well, you can do it next week, you know. You just have to be a week late. Sometimes things like that happen. So anyway, y'all remember to always season your cooking with love, all right? And y'all have a Merry Christmas.